It is a black omen to travel in poor health. You will remain here and rest. Well, guys, I finally have seen Robert Eggers' Nosferatu remake. It was just 10 minutes ago I watched the movie. It's now on streaming. And I'm going to start the video by saying that I have loved every Robert Eggers movie so far. I loved The Lighthouse, The Witch, and The Northman. And well, what can I say? Quick synopsis maybe first, if you have lived under a rock for the last couple of 100 years. Hutter, a real estate agent in the late 1800s, goes to Romania to sell a property to the mysterious Count Orlok. And once he comes there, he realizes that Orlok is not what you would expect from a client. He is in fact a vampire, a Nosferatu. Well, that's all I need to say. I think you know the rest. So, what did I think of this movie? I adored it. It is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's up there with The Seventh Seal, The Virgin Spring. Yes, I love Ingmar Bergman, sorry. The Shining, Alien, you have it. It's a masterpiece. Why is it a masterpiece? Because it has some of the most beautiful cinematography I've ever seen. You can pretty much frame every picture, every piece of this movie and put it on your wall and it would look amazing. It has a stellar cast. Nicholas Hoult, Lily Depp Rose, Willem Dafoe, Ralph Innes, I think his name is, and of course Bill Skarsgård, as we say in Sweden, as Count Orlok. It is also made, as far as I can see, just with practical effects. It has a moody, awesome soundtrack. It's so well acted that every one of the actors or actresses should get an Academy Award. Rose Depp is fantastic. Nicholas Hoult is amazing. Willem Dafoe is funny. He is quirky. He is amazing. And of course we have Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok. Now, if you didn't tell me that it was Bill Skarsgård in the role, I couldn't have guessed. He's totally a different kind of creature. And I'm not convinced that they didn't actually hire a real vampire. There was a kind of a rumor about the original 1922 Nosferatu that Max Schreck, who played Orlok, was a vampire that they have found. And yeah, this one is... I actually don't have enough kind words for this movie. It's the best vampire movie I've ever seen. You know, it might not be as highly entertaining as, say, Fright Night or Lost Boys, but these are kind of like another type of vampire movie. I love those too. But if you want pure horror vampire movie, then Nosferatu is the best. It's also one of the best adaptations of Bram Stoker's Dracula. And funnily enough, when I've seen reviews of this, I've heard kind of backlash that people say like, oh, it's just a copy of Dracula. I don't know if stupidity has reached new levels or if people are uneducated these days, but Nosferatu is Dracula. It's based on Bram Stoker's novel, They were actually sued back in 1922 by Bram Stoker's widow, and the movie was going to be destroyed by the order of court. Thankfully, print survived, so we can actually watch the 1922 Nosferatu today. It's also been a remake in 1979 by Werner Herzog with Klaus Kinski as Orloff, but in that movie actually was named Dracula. The story is from Nosferatu with the variations of the ending, but he's called Dracula in that one. It's also an amazing movie. It's kind of in my second place of Nosferatu ones. I love the first one, but it is dragging a little bit, unfortunately, these days. Anyway, this differs from Dracula in the ending. Other than that, it pretty much followed the complete story. This one even more so than the original Nosferatu. Because here you have like the Lucy character and the Seward character, which I think were missing in the original Nosferatu. But if I were to say my say, and I do since this is my review, I prefer this ending to Dracula than the classic one. Because this one gives it a little bit of fairy tale kind of Beauty and the Beast thing to the story, which I prefer actually than the wild goose chase through Transylvania, blah blah, you know the story. And let's talk a little bit about Orloff. This is no romantic vampire that you root for. This is a dead, rotting Transylvanian nobleman who is pure, simple evil. There's not a good hair on this guy. He's horrific, he has no conscience, he is just out for his own lust, and he wants to kill as many people as possible, I guess the whole world if you were to decide. And you feel the presence when he enters the room. You know he is dead and rotting, so he has trouble breathing. You like get the feeling that this is so unnatural. This guy should be buried deep down, but he's still up and walking. So in a case, he's almost like a zombie, an intelligent zombie that is. So the score I'm going to give Nosferatu 2025. Well, it is out in 25, but it was filmed in 24, but never mind. It's a solid 5 out of 5. If I could give it more, I would. It's one of my absolute favorite movies of the year so far, and in many years. I recommend you go watch it, preferable on a big TV, because it's really atmospheric and that makes such amazing work with light and shadows and colors. So do my bidding and go watch this movie. It's amazing. Okay, see you later guys. Much love.